If you've played Football Manager this year, you've probably come across Alex Scott, one of the best wonder kids in the game, especially after the winter update, a player who started his career at Guernsey. In real life, he now plays for Bristol City in the Championship. He won the EFL Championship Young Player of the Season, if I'm not mistaken. He's very, very hot property, but sadly for us, we never signed him in this save game. Until potentially now, because I've listened to the comment section, I've listened to the complaining, I decided to try and sign him. He'd already retired, so instead he's going to join us as a rubbish coach. The January transfer window is open though. There are some slightly more exciting transfers to talk about. We're going to get into those. We're going to look at the league table where the unbeaten season isn't going to happen. Yeah, there's a lot to catch you up on today. Man City are top of the league. I'm not happy. Yes, folks, how is it going? Welcome back to episode number 141 of Park to Prem here with Guernsey. We're in the January transfer window. Today, the very small matter of the Carabao Cup semi-final. We've got that away leg and then the home leg, both against Chelsea today. And well, given where we are in the Premier League, this is a welcome distraction of sorts because recently we have slipped up a little. Now, of course, last episode we secured vital wins against the likes of Barcelona and Tottenham, but we did know we had some difficult games coming up. Did I expect them to be as difficult as they have been? Maybe not quite. As you can see here, we kicked off this run of games with a draw 3-3 against Newcastle United. Disappointing on the one hand, on the other, the nature of the draw, Paul Parkin with a 91st minute winner, made me feel a little bit better about things. We did play a semi-rotated team in this game. I kind of needed to do it due to fitness. Were we unfortunate to draw? Not really. If anything, I think we were fortunate to salvage the result that we got. That said, we did have a lot of goals ruled out for offside in this game. On another day, and without Jamfi scoring an own goal, maybe things would have been different. I feel like Jamfi's a player whose profile we've not looked at in years in this series. He is very, very good at left back. I feel like when you look at the star ratings, you think only 4-star. That puts him at the kind of worst spot in the first team. You know, he's not a very good player, but actually, when you look at him, especially for a wing back in Football Manager, which is an endangered species as we've already established, he's a very, very good player. And just as a reminder, he is only 23 years old. He's one of those players who feels like he's been around, well, forever. And then you realise, actually, he joined us when he was 18 for £3.6 million. And truth be told, he's been a vital part of our team for many years now. A bit of an unsung hero, except in that game there, because he was the reason we drew. Of course, November, December tends to be a jam-packed period in the footballing calendar, and that very much was the case, and as a result, there was some rotation needed, including in this game here against Leeds United. A 3-0 win in this one. Sula got an early goal. Flegard then picked up 2 goals from set pieces. This man has been a little weapon from set pieces for us this year when we've called upon him. He has been very, very useful, the centre-back. Only 22 years old, a player who does have some potential to grow into, but when we've called upon him, he has been absolutely phenomenal this year. In the Champions League, we did draw 2-2 against Wolfsburg. I guess this is what I get for not doing the away day against Wolfsburg. Disappointing result. We did come back from 2-0 down in this game at half-time though, so maybe a minor silver lining there. And we did play a semi-rotated team because of this match. 4-1 result against Manchester United. I looked at this game, knew it was going to be a big game, and well, it was a big game for Diallo. He picked up a goal and, 2 assists, got a 10.0 rating. Probably should acknowledge it. I just talked about Jamfi being an unsung hero. Did forget about this. He got sent off in this game. So, he got sent off. Everyone else rallied around him and played better. We got the win in the end. After that, we had the Carabao Cup quarter-final against Leeds United, a 5-0 win there, but unfortunately, following on from that, a defeat against today's opposition in Chelsea. I want revenge in the Carabao Cup against this Chelsea team because they ruined our unbeaten season with this game here. It was a very, very even game, to be fair. You can see the lineup that we went with. No one turned up. We didn't score. I felt sad. But if that game made me feel sad, this result against Wolves made me feel absolutely miserable. I should maybe be happy that we got anything from this game. Alanis with an 84th minute equaliser. He did pick up 2 goals in this game. Wolves, I don't know what it is about Wolves. We never play well against Wolves. I hate Wolves. The football club, the animals, anything that begins with a W, really, I hate, except winning. I like winning. Look at this kind of set of recent meetings against them. In our last 5 games against Wolves, we've not beaten them. Yeah, I don't. They are our bogey team. That's all that needs to be said. Not happy. Let's move on. I would like to issue a public apology to the people of Stoke, or rather, fans of Stoke. I don't feel like everyone in Stoke is a fan of Stoke necessarily. We won 9-1 against them. I feel like having lost against Chelsea, having drawn against Wolves, we had a bit of a point to prove. And unfortunately, Stoke were the whipping boys in this game. We demolished them. It was one of those games where every single shot you have just ends up in the back of the net. But despite winning this game 9-1. When you look at the league table, we are down in third at the halfway point in the season. Suppose it is worth acknowledging Arsenal have played 2 games more than us, so if we win those, we'll be ahead of them. That said, Man City are now top on their own merit. They are still unbeaten in this season. Man City, of course, we played on the opening day of the year, drew 2-2. You have to wonder how differently our seasons would have been for both sides had that result been different. We played them, I believe, at the start of March. That's a game that feels very, very significant. And, well, Chelsea, who beat us, you may have spotted, only 6 points behind us. I really want to beat them in the Carabao Cup today. Now, I already mentioned Alex Scott potentially joining us as a coach. He's not actually confirmed that he wants to join us yet. One signing we have already confirmed, though, to kick off the January transfer window is that of Ortega. This man here, 18 years old, has gone back out on loan to San Lorenzo in Argentina immediately. We have not signed many players under the age of 18, or rather 21 this year. Of course, you can't sign players till they turn 18. In England at least. But yeah, we have a restriction of 6 non-UK players that we can sign under the age of 21. I think we've only signed 1 player who contributes towards that. So I should sign some more this January. The first of maybe a few wonder kids that will join us in this window though. Ortega here. Good player. Not sure he's actually a centre-back. I see his future in the wing-back area. I kind of feel like when you have 11 crossing and only 8 tackling, probably doesn't make much sense to play you at centre-back. Few other transfers going on though. First and foremost, Ricky Walker going on loan to Bristol City, we hope. This guy, I wanted to sell. No one really wanted him. His contract's actually up in 18 months and he's already told me he's going to be exploring options at the end of it. He's never going to be good enough for our first team, sadly, so cashing in on him would be nice. But due to lack of interest, I think a loan spell to a championship club might be our best chance to generate some money off him. We did look to sell him in the summer, but there just wasn't interest there. Suppose it's funny to note, we are loaning him to Bristol City, who in real life have taken on a few Guernsey youngsters, Tim Apshawn, Ben Acey, Alex Scott, all players who played for Guernsey FC and now have moved to Bristol City. Now the tables have turned on that one. In terms of other transfers going on here, you might be surprised to see Diogo Perez currently on his way out to Leeds United. I need to give this guy regular first team football. He's currently not getting it with us, so I kind of feel like for a 20-year-old who needs game time to develop, a loan spell to a Premier League club makes a lot of sense. And on top of that, we have got a ready-made replacement who's on the verge of joining us, a player who I've had my eye on for many, many years, Dylan Mothersill. He is a 27-year-old England international, very similar to Perez in many ways, perhaps slightly better developed as you can see here, but ultimately similar moulded player. Mothersill's available for £15 million. He is running down his contract at Newcastle United. They signed him for £60 million 4 years ago. Around that time, we were actually looking at picking him up, but I decided £60 million was too much. That said, when you now look at him, despite the fact he doesn't like important matches, I think £15 million is an absolute bargain for an England international who is this complete, who's also happy to join us as a squad player. So we're awaiting confirmation of that deal. When that one goes through, Perez will be heading to Leeds. We do actually have a £106 million transfer budget to spend, although we are overspending on the wages if all these transfers potentially go through. So let's jiggle some money around. There is, as you can note here, money to burn if we want to this window, but as has been the case in more recent football managers, January tends to be a difficult time to improve the squad. And with the current state of things, I don't think we should expect to be signing too many more players, at least for the first team. Anyway, we are going to head straight into this first leg against Chelsea. This is the first of 2 games against them today. They beat us in the league. I want revenge. I know they're going to be a good team. In terms of our team selection, you may have noticed it here. Janfi currently suffering from an injury. Hunt Jens out for 7 months. Slowly returning. Not ready for a fitness test yet. Apparently still could be out for up to 3 weeks. Of course, he got injured for 7 months back in the summer. He's actually come back a little bit quicker than we expected, which is good, but sadly, like Janfi, just not available for this game. It means in terms of team selection, I'm going full strength. Right now, as we sit here, we're still in every single cup competition that we play in, and with that in mind, I want to try and win everything this year. I want that to be something we achieve at Guernsey. To do that, I need to take this game here against Chelsea rather seriously. because they are quite good. Of course, you might remember the Carabao Cup was the first bit of silverware properly that we won here at Guernsey. We won it back-to-back years. We haven't won it in the last couple of years. Last year, we got knocked out in the semi-finals against Bournemouth. Slightly tougher opposition in this one here. Have got a minor confession. I might have drank some and given away a few of the cans of Carabao energy drink that I bought in that pallet, you might remember. So if we make it to the final, I don't actually have any Carabao energy to drink. So maybe, if the Football Manager gods are looking down on me not so favourably because of that, we will now lose in today's semi-final. If we win this, I guess I have to go find Carabao from somewhere. Either way, we'll worry about that when we get there. Let's not plan ahead. Let's plan for a goal here. Eric in the wide area, whipping it towards the back post. Cadman can't get there. De Haar sliding in at left back, puts it in, and is it just me, or this season has there been some weird goals in live commentaries? That might be the weirdest. I mean, suddenly Manny Wilford doesn't seem so bad. That is 100% a cross, right? This has to be... What is this? De Haar, the left back, he volleys it over his shoulder, and he's going to claim he's meant it. He's definitely not meant it, but it's 1-0. I'm not going to complain. Oh, I say all of that. Kick-off highlight immediately. Of course, we're playing against Chergui. Remember Chergui? Comment section will never let me forget Chergui. I had the option to sign him. I declined to sign him to sign Monteiro, who's not even here anymore. So maybe I should have signed Chergui, and maybe Chergui's, well, going to punish us. He's hit that. I think he was offside anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. But, yeah, this man, there's not many things that scare me. This man does scare me. Corner for us here. Diallo has had so many assists this season from set pieces. Was hoping he might add another to the collection. Chelsea, though, deal with the initial danger. Still plenty of players committed to the attack. De Haar, Coppo, ball dinked towards Lannis, I think, there. Didn't quite get to him, sadly. Now there's a battle going on in the midfield for the ball. We are going to come away with it. Grasser, Coppo, Rios. Can we knock the ball around? Archer with a little bit of space on this near side. Chelsea defending narrowly. Diallo's going to get in behind. Does a beautiful turn. Takes two players out the game. It's cleared away, but only as far away as Archer, the right back. He lays it to Grasser. Ohashi, Cadman. And I'll tell you what, the kind of one-touch passing there was superb. Sadly, shot over the crossbar. 20 minutes into this game, we've had 60% of the possession as the away team. Creating plenty as well. Feeling good about things at the moment. I feel like I shouldn't have said that, but I've said it now, probably jinxed things. Buyak on the near side. Wait, does Buyak play for Chelsea now? Did I sell Buyak to Chelsea? I didn't sell Buyak to Chelsea, did I? I definitely didn't. Either I need to check, it might be a different Buyak. We'll check that in a moment. I'll tell you what, at this point, the Guernsey cinematic universe really is expanding. It feels like every game we play in a live commentary, we play against a former player of some description. Can we get a second goal here, though? De Haar, the goal scorer. Grasser across to Eric, who's going to pull the trigger from range. Moores, I mean, he's got to do a lot more than that to make up for his mistake earlier, but a decent save there by the keeper. Still a corner for us to maybe try and make something happen with, or try and successfully try at that. Diallo ball in, Rios near post, the number 6, a player who went for a few seasons where he scored a ton. Hasn't quite been as prolific, but that goal there, one to add to the scrapbook, half an hour played, 2 goals up, and I feel like we deserve that. If you were wondering, by the way, is Buyak playing for Chelsea? We sold him to Manchester United for £33 million. He played half a season for them. I'd say he played the whole season, but only played 26 games. He's now moved to Chelsea for £42 million, and he's not playing very well at Chelsea either. I'm kind of surprised he's playing regular minutes for them. They're 4th in the Premier League. He's on £120,000 a week. I'll tell you what, this man's making a robbery of a living. Also, I am aware that today in this episode, I've said, and I'll tell you what, many times, please don't start a counter for it, because it could get into double figures today. Apparently, uninspired commentary. Hopefully, Chergui is feeling equally uninspired. He's going to pull the trigger. Wilford makes a stop. Was that for the cameras? Was it needed? I don't know. You know what? He saved it. We won't complain. We do still have a set piece to deal with here. We've scored a corner. We know that Chelsea can be threatening from these, but Manny Wilford is going to pluck it out the air. Coming up to half-time in this game, 2 minutes of added time. No further highlights, it would seem. And at the break, it is 2-0. Not exactly been a classic, but a very, very good away leg performance here. Of course, second leg to follow shortly. We'll be at home for that one. Away from home, I feel like this game was one where if we avoided defeat, I'd be happy. We're doing more than that right now. Grasser on a booking, scares me. Craigie, Sweeney, on you come. Elsewhere, Cadman, not having a very good game today. I'm going to bring in Weber. I think Weber is a player who's yet to truly shine. He needs to have one of those magical moments, those breakthrough games where you really get impressed by a player. He's going to have 45 minutes here in a pretty important game for us to show us what he's all about. Throwing on the far side, Archer going to be taking it for us. Diallo short for, of course, Diallo, 31 years old, coming in for Huntjens. Might have a job to do to be dropped, and well, he's assisted Addons, who scored a mad finish and is now celebrating in front of the fans. The linesman has raised the flag, so I assume this is going to be offside. It looked offside. It is offside. I mean, let's admire the finish. The finish was good. I didn't even react to it because I just thought he looked offside. And, I mean, yeah, he was offside. Great finish by Addons, but means absolutely nothing. Diallo corner. We've seen this before. We've scored this before. We've done it again. It's Lautaro Rios with his second goal of this game. It's only his 5th goal of the season as well for the centre-back, which, I mean, I say only because of his own incredibly high standards. It's Diallo with another assist, and Chelsea just not picking up the danger men. Moores has not exactly covered himself in glory. No one on the post to head it away. And suddenly, Chelsea are 3-0 down, and I'm sat here wondering, why couldn't this game be the league game we played against Chelsea? When I lost to them 2-0 in the league, why didn't we get this kind of performance where every single shot goes in? I suppose I've answered my own question there. It's not exactly sustainable. It could get worse for Chelsea here. Diallo holds it up nicely. Archer, Eric, Sweeney. It's 4-0. I don't think I come back for the second leg. I don't know what game we come back for instead, because I don't think there's any other good games. Do we come out of the FA Cup game midweek with the B team? I almost feel like it's just, we might as well pretend Chelsea don't exist. I mean, Chelsea aren't existing here. Archer, Eric, Sweeney. I mean, Sweeney's the defensive mid. He finds himself on the penalty spot. Not going to question it. Not going to complain. It's 4-0. Correa with a throw-in on this near side. Chelsea are going to need a goal or two, you'd imagine, in the next 20 minutes of this home game for them to really stand a chance of coming back into things. It's a Sprilla, the number 8, getting into the box. He shoots. Wilford saves it. It's headed against the post. Coppo gets it away from danger. That is the first time Chelsea have looked truly threatening in this game. They very nearly scored, but having weathered that storm, we're now at the other end. Addons, Weber, was he offside? I mean, he's missed it. Doesn't matter. I think it was offside. Wouldn't have counted anyway. 15 minutes left in this game. The players, frustrated by the fact I just encouraged them. Right, Coppo, get off the pitch. Luke Steer, let's give him some minutes. Lemos on for Ohashi as well, I think, in this game. And Weber, who we brought on, hasn't played well. I will resist the urge to sub him off. We'll keep one sub just in our back pocket, just in case. But it has been a great little team display, this one. Another clean sheet would be great as well. We've had plenty of clean sheets this year, it has to be said. Defensively, despite the new, more attacking system we've deployed this year, we do look very good at the back. I feel like one of the big strengths is just how consistent and how good we are at going forward. You know, when you pen teams back, they can't attack themselves. Of course, having said all of that, it'd be right on cue, wouldn't it, for Chelsea to go up the other end and score here. Clamping with the ball, bringing it forward, the number 11. He's going to lay it back to Esprella, who lays it back to Clamping. A few options in the middle as well here. Ball is, well, hit goalwards, and it's scored. And it's 4-1 Chelsea. Why did I say anything? The worst thing is, at 4-1, I feel like that's just in the wheelhouse where I feel like I can't pretend the second leg isn't a thing, where I would have to do it in an episode. It's a thunderous finish. Wilford won't take the blame. Chelsea get the goal that they've been looking for. You know what? I encouraged the players. They hated me. I'm just going to shout demand more. Do they still hate me? They still hate me. Anything I do, they hate me. I could tell them we're all going to Disneyland for the day in Paris. They would still hate me, I think, at this point. I think it's the kind of leader I am, you know. I rule with an iron fist and stuff. Chelsea heading the ball against the crossbar there. That was one of those weird set-piece highlights you get in Football Manager. Is there time for a late goal here? If we get a goal back, I think this game's done again. I thought it was done at 4-0. At 5-1, I'd consider it equally done. Like I already mentioned, though, if Chelsea do get another one back, nobody liked it. No, and suddenly I'll question why I didn't go more defensive at 4-0. Zaccardi's bringing the ball forward here. There's 1 minute left. Don't do it, Chelsea. They've not done it yet. Eric's got the ball. Lemos. Not a lot of time for Lemos to make an impact in this game, but he's got the ball forward to Diallo here, who's going to run forward, the 32-year-old. Can he make something happen in the wide area? He's holding it up. He's going to lay it towards Archer, who's going to float it in. Weber's back post can't quite get there, but keeps the ball alive. Deha, goal to his name already. Headed away. Archer keeps it alive, though. You can see here, we just pen Chelsea back. But unfortunately, though, when we lose the ball, we do leave ourselves open to the counter. 10 seconds left. Is there a late sting here, or is this the pointless highlight? where Football Manager's really got me on the edge of my seat for absolutely nothing. You know the answer. I know the answer. It's going to finish 4-1. Had this game finished 4-0, I probably would have pretended the second leg didn't exist. We would have done a different game in today's episode. That said, at 4-1, given the fact we did lose to them just a few weeks ago in the league, I feel like we have to show a bit of respect to Chelsea. Had it not been for Rios' set-piece wizardry, things could have been kind of different today. Some bad news as well. Eric, one of our star players, if not the star player at the moment of our team, not going to be available for that second leg. He is missing it due to suspension. Like I already mentioned, there is this FA Cup game midweek. It's against Charlton. We're not going to do that. We're going to come back. A week get away, Chelsea, second leg at home. I want to make it to the Carabao Cup final. I want to win everything this season. I want revenge on Chelsea. And perhaps most importantly, I want to rub it in the face of Ethan Chapman, who you might have been wondering, why didn't he play the last game? He's injured. So, yeah, that's why he's not playing. Not available for the second leg either. That next game is a week away. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back in a mo. Dylan Mothersill is now officially a Guernsey player, a player who we tried to sign a few years ago and then decided 60 million was too much, but at 15 million pounds, I think we got ourselves a bargain. He made his debut in our FA Cup game midweek. How did we get on, you might ask? We spanked Charlton. I want to pretend it's some big achievement. It's Charlton at the end of the day. Sula got a 10.0 rating, so that was good. Mind you, he has been attracting some interest from Barcelona, apparently. At the moment, however, no bid from Barcelona. The only player who might still be leaving is Ricky Walker. All these loan offers coming in, he's not made up his mind where he wants to go to yet. It might be Bristol City, or it might be Exeter or Luton. Some truly exotic options there. Also, can officially confirm Diogo Perez has left us to join Leeds. Hopefully he's going to get a good amount of first-team football in the Premier League. Kind of player who I just can't quite offer it to yet, but for his development, I do think it's needed now. Anyway, because we rotated our team against Charlton, we come into this game here against Chelsea at home with a near full strength 11. I say near full strength 11. It is the full strength 11. Jamfi's back in the team. It's not the full strength 11, is it? Because Eric is not available. That said, maybe it is full strength. Some people will argue it is because Lemos is coming into the team. And I'm going to play him as a box-to-box midfielder. And yeah, I know he's not the craziest player from a defensive point of view. But as far as box-to-box midfielders go, I actually think Lemos is really well suited to the role. And of course, what he lacks defensively, I'm going to hope that Grasser can make up for in behind. The rest of the team, though, unchanged from that previous game against Chelsea. Let's hope for a similar performance here. We go into this game 4-1 up. I want to get to the Carabao Cup final. I need to, have a final to look forward to that's not just at the end of the season. Yeah, Champions League's nice, but the Carabao Cup, it hits different. Dream scenario here, nice early goal, eases the nerves. If Chelsea score first, yet there's a 2-goal cushion, we are prone to a bottling here at Guernsey, at least when it comes to domestic cup competitions. As a reminder, we were winning the first leg of the semi-final last year by a similar margin, and we managed to bottle it against Bournemouth. So nothing is safe. And well, I'm going to hope that finish there by Ohashi, that miss, not rather than finish, is not going to be one we live to regret. Just as a little reminder as well, we've still not won the FA Cup. I know, that's something I want to make amends for this season. I'd love to do the Carabao Cup, Premier League and FA Cup treble. If I get those three, does the Champions League even matter this season? It does a little bit, but that's besides the point. Art just bringing the ball forward. He's going to cross in, half defended by Chelsea, but not completely away from danger. Cadman, Lemos, Jamfi. That ball there by Lemos was sensational. And I'll tell you what, that goal was just fun to watch. Ohashi finishes this one. I feel like Lemos was the only person on the pitch who spotted this pass here. Did you spot that pass? Maybe you did at home. Either way, Jamfi, ball through was really nice as well. And Ohashi, bang, boom. You don't stop those. Chelsea are going to need a quick response here. They need 4 goals. They're away from home. This is the kind of game that could get away from them quickly. Of course, from our point of view, a confidence-boosting win here would be really, really nice. To get back to goal-scoring ways would be good because we have struggled a little bit for goals at times this season, and to do it against Chelsea across both legs would be sensational. We've already got one here. Could we get another? Ohashi looking potentially for his second goal of the game, or maybe to turn provider. Apparently Kelly might have fouled Alanis there. Alanis is milking it a little bit there. He's pretending he's really hurt. I think he's absolutely fine. VAR is going to check for a penalty. It didn't look like a penalty, but the penalty is going to be given, and it's going to be Jaime Alanis over it. The number 9 misses it. He misses. Well, that's awkward. 17 finishing. Okay, penalty taking 14. Really good composure 15. Look how much he's improved. You know what? He's missed a penalty. Let's appreciate the fact his acceleration and pace are now both at 17. He's very good, isn't he, Alanis? I'm sure it's just a blip, that penalty miss. To be fair, of all the times to miss a penalty in a semi-final, that's probably about as good a time as you could ever pick to miss one, given the fact we are 5-1 up. Another goal before half-time would be nice. Coppo's header there, just over. Free kick just inside our own half, taken short to Grasser. Back now with Coppo. Chelsea looking to press and maybe turn over possession, but Grasser afforded some time and space there to pick out Cadman, who tucks it away. Absolutely no nonsense. And the finish is in off the post. The ball by Grasser there, stupendous. Grasser just afforded a little bit of time and space. I remember when I first pitched the idea of Grasser playing defensive mid. People told me he'd be rubbish there. People told me his passing and vision would let him down. Take it all back. He's brilliant. If you're sat there thinking, Jack, you don't need to get emotional about it, I absolutely do. Look at him. Look how good he is now. Look at him and Alanis. I mean, everyone's got way better, but especially Grasser here. 2 on his passing, 2 on his vision. I love this team. Maybe the borderline crying's a little bit far, but no, we have some good memories, I think, with this Guernsey team, and it's fun when it all clicks, and especially players that we've stuck with for a while come good, and so far today, we've seen that and then some. You're doing brilliantly. It's 6-1. I don't need to say anything else. At this point, I want to believe that this game is done, and it should be done. Like 99.99999% of times, this game's over. But there is the 1% chance, or 0.1% chance, or 0.001. It's a very small chance that Chelsea do come back here. Let's just enjoy the football that's being played. The ball has been knocked around with confidence. Ohashi's touch lets him down, but Cadman keeps it alive. Lemos, Jamfi, already has 1 assist. Options in the middle. Not a good ball in, but only cleared us far away. Well, I was going to say it's Coppo, but actually he's come off second best there, which is a rarity that Coppo is beaten to the ball. And now Chelsea with a little bit of time and space in behind to maybe get a goal here. Chergui, Chevfik plays it forward. Chergui hits it. It's cleared off the line. The players want the clean sheet today. I shouldn't have mentioned the clean sheet. As soon as I mentioned it last time, it all went wrong. Don't mention the clean sheet. It's too late. I've mentioned it. Suppose at this point I could actually just make some subs, save some first team players. Alanis is not having the best of games, although that is just because he's missed a penalty. So we'll take him off. Diallo's been meh. We're going to bring in Sula. And you know what? Ohashi, you can stay on the pitch, actually. Lemos is going to come off. I'm going to play Jaime at advanced playmaker, or rather shadow striker. I am going to play him as an advanced playmaker, actually. Ohashi, you are now a box-to-box midfielder. I mean, he's not, but he is right now. Ohashi over the free kick. Gonna play it forward. Paulie Parkin was under it. It was headed away by Chelsea, who again find themselves on the back foot in this game. And, well, they've given the ball away there. Parkin, through, should have scored, didn't score. It was a heroic tackle. It still falls to Parkin. He's offside. Don't celebrate it. Why do my strikers not know the offside rule? Will now be awkward if this goal is onside, but it's just not, is it? No. Well, it wasn't even close. Draw the line. Do we need the lines? Do I have to be shown this, Football Manager? Everyone could see it. Stevie Wonder could see he's offside there. It's not even close. Don't show me these highlights. Kelly with the throw-in. Inside to Federico. Going to be won there by Parkin in a great little area. He's going to lay it back to Adu Jamfi. Cadman. Grasser. Beautiful build-up play. Jaime! He's on the pitch. I should have made more of that, really, having just subbed him on. I'm sure there's some people out there pumping their fists for the club legend to come back. And oh my word, if Ohashi scores that, it's a goal of the season contender. 6-1 here, 2-0 on the night. Really, really good, confident performance. That early goal certainly settled the nerves. The Alanis penalty miss, that could have been the beginning of a bottle, but not today. As far as wins go over 2 legs in the semi-final against one of the better teams in England, this is about as good as it gets. As for who's going to win the other semi-final, we're going to leave it as a mystery, for when we play the final. Or just next episode tomorrow. Yeah, that might be the Carabao Cup final. I'm not sure what's coming up next yet. We do still have a couple of games left in the Champions League, but they are 2 home games and 2 games we should be winning against both Celtic and Copenhagen. In terms of other games coming up, Arsenal is not too far away, but the game that I think we have to come back for at this point is that game against Man City in the league. Away from home, they're top of the Premier League, currently unbeaten. If we were to lose that game or even draw that game, it's going to be tough to win the league. And given the fact we bowled it last year, really want to win the league this year. Plenty to play for this season, but it's nice to have our foot in a cup final already. Carabao Cup final, who will we be playing? You'll have to come back tomorrow to find out. If you have enjoyed today's episode, a like is appreciated as always. We will be back tomorrow with another daily dose of Park to Prem action. Until then, take it easy. It's me, Jack, and I'll see you all on the next one. I'm out.